Aloha, my name is Sonia and welcome to this YouTube channel. I am now in Munnar, in the mountains of North Kerala in South India. And the other day I was walking towards a waterfall and this whole speech came to me that I would like to share with you in this video, which is about the nature, consumerism and minimalism, the way how the planet is right now and how it will be in the next generations if we don't care. So these thoughts came to my mind like 10 years before I was, and during mostly all my life, I was not so aware of the things I was consuming and buying, even though I did not born in a rich family, but still I think I consumed over way too much. And so buying clothes from brand shops, and it's just a lack of awareness what we do, and also observing people that had much more money and that would change cars every 2 years or have 4 TVs in their house or 5 TVs, one per room. Like, this is all about consumerism. It's like people just live in their little boxes, being totally brainwashed while watching their TVs and the news and the commercials that pass on the TV. And in nowadays maybe people don't watch so much TV, but they are still stuck to the smartphone, which is almost the same or is even worse, and has the same commercials and all this brainwash that gets into the minds of people and that makes them, oh wow, the last model or the last smartphone or the last car or whatever. So people keep being slaves, like working 8, 10, 12 hours a day in order to be able to pay their loans and their luxuries, and buy this and that because the neighbor also have that car or that furniture or the last piece of clothes that every year comes new because this year it's a color that's it's on the Vogue. Or it's so superficial, so superficial. And when we come into the nature and we connect, when I hugged the tree in this walk to the waterfalls, I hugged this tree and it was a huge tree, and I kissed the tree, and afterwards actually this whole speech came, and like how much we are living, or most of people are living in such a superficial, on the surface, just on the surface. Like the smartphone became like a extension of the hand. Like people don't live anymore without smartphone, and they just live on the surface, like buying the last brand of shoes or changing car every 2 years, or and then people complain about how much trash the big industries are throwing to the rivers and the nature. But let's ask this question: who is sustaining these industries? The consumer, us. We all are sustaining these industries that are throwing stuff on the nature. Yeah. So by always being constantly consuming, then there is so many different versions of consumerism, that the other version is also the food. The food, people in nowadays, people, of course, they are again totally brainwashed by all the stuff they see on the commercials and everywhere. It's just overwhelming, and people live to eat instead they eat to live. There is a huge difference in this. People live to eat. People eat all the time. People have 3-4 meals a day plus the snacks in between, without any awareness of what they are eating and from where it comes from, and if there is any how much the suffering the animals are having, and also how much impact people are having on the planet and on the atmospheres because of having non-local products, or because of consuming too much meat, because just the consuming of the meat, it takes it makes such a huge impact on the nature. There is the transportation, there is the fields where these animals, they have to be raised in their factories or whatever they call to that, with no rights, with no, it's just, you had to see videos as I saw this year actually about veganism, and about I researched about so many things in nutrition and veganism. I saw videos, they were brutal, you know, just brutal, how the animals are raised and killed. I felt like from inside out, like, oh my God, I don't want to be part of this, you know, I don't want to be part of this. So in fact, to care for the planet takes small steps, you know, small steps, one step at a time. Just the fact that when you are washing your hands, for example, or taking shower, just close the water and you are not needed the water. You know, you're not needing the water, just close it. Because today we still have water. I don't know, our granddaughters or grandsons or the future generations, what will they have? Did you ask yourself for that, you know? Or are we just living in our egos, in our selfishness, and just, okay, for today I have a good house, a good car, a good smartphone, a good life, and that's all what it counts? That's not all. You know, that's not all. Your house is not your bricks house. Your house is this planet. You know, this planet is our house. So it's this planet that we have to care, and that we have to bring awareness to ourselves, like what am I buying, and what actions am I having in my daily life that have a negative impact on the planet, and how can I minimize this impact? Let's say an example, instead 1,000 people go on their single cars to the work, if they would take the train or the bicycle, as in some northern countries, northern Europe, some countries they take the bicycle, how much this would save from the atmosphere? You know, like one train can take, let's imagine one train takes 1,000 people, and that 1,000 people are not taking the car. You know, it's just small steps. Small steps. If you are not using electrical devices in your house, or you are not using the electricity, just switch off, you know. It's just not about, you not only save in your bill, but you save in so many other levels on the planet. Just take small steps, baby steps, and get informed. Get informed. People say, this last winter there was no rain, it was such a dry winter, or such a hot, or this last summer it was so hot and fires everywhere, and people just complain, you saw the news and blah blah blah, just on the surface. Who is contributing to all of this? All of us. And of course, yes, the governments are making their huge part as well, but we also. And in this planet, how many are we? So many, you know. It's just all about a change of perspective. Do you really need to change car every 2 years? Do we really need to change smartphone every 1 year? Do you really need to buy these brands of whatever, Adidas, Levi's, whatever, that you pay, you burn your ass to pay that stuff that maybe costs 150 euros to you, to those big brands, when you see they were made in Vietnam and in some other poor countries in the east side of the world, where people have no rights and they work, women's, men's and children's, for more than 16 hours a day. This is what you are buying from the big brands, okay? And then just go and see where their clothes were made, and then you have the answer. Just get informed, you know, and watch videos and bring awareness. That's the same I did, you know. Bring awareness to yourself, to how much impact are you having on the planet, and what small steps. Just start with baby steps. How much can you save? How much can we preserve this planet, and still having and living for the next generations beautiful spots like this, where there are still trees, there are still green, there are still huge waterfalls. This planet still has so many beautiful paradises, but also so many are already destroyed, and so how many species already extinct because of hunt. The hunt is another subject. I could be talking here forever, like the hunting. Who is supporting the hunting? The people who buy clothes made of animal skin, leather, no? The people who buy objects in morphine, no? It says morphine in English, like the elephants. Who is supporting this hunting in the end? All of us. All of us. Just be cautious when you buy something. Is it from a animal source? Is it from a animal source? Is it from a elephant? Is it from a skin of some wild animal? Just be conscious and not buy that. You have different options. You have different options. Just start to make different options. Start to really care for your house, which is it's not a brick house, it's this planet. You have a brick house because you have a planet to put your house. You can live because you have oxygen. We still have oxygen. This is such a miracle. You still have oxygen. We still have some trees. The big lung of the planet, like in Amazon, how long it will last? You just see videos, you will cry. It's just so sad that is happening all over the world, destroying just in the name of money, consumerism, and people in general in society, they are just brainwashed, like they are just marionettes from the system. I'm sorry to speak like this. They're just marionettes from the system. They eat all that commercials, and they see all the time all those commercials, and they want, I want, and they burn their asses to work 12 hours a day or more to have those things. And another point I wanted to touch here, it's for example, all the skin, the products that we buy, like cosmetics that we buy, which they come also from huge industries, toxic stuff, and just pay attention. Just get you use this deodorant, like to don't smell your own sweat, or for other people to don't, just go to see what chemicals what ingredients they have, or your shampoo, or just all those creams that you use. I also was feeding all these industries before, until 10 years ago, and it has so many chemicals, so many stuff, and all these face creams, they bring much more pimples, and all this, so many chemicals. And these industries, they really, really do a damage to the nature. They really do. And who is feeding them? Us, of course, the consumer. So it would not be more easy just to use coconut water? Just to use coconut oil in your face and in your body? Much more simple. Just oil. You take a shower, you put oil. That's it. You're nourishing the skin, and you are not putting chemicals in your body, in your skin. Like people paint their hairs with all those chemicals, and like it's huge. They all and their nails and their makeup, like, oh my god, tons of chemicals all the time on the skin. Not possible. And then 10 or 20 years after, or when people arrive their 50s, or sometimes even before, due to this trash food and chemicals that people are putting all the time, all the time in the bodies, that person got a cancer, or they get cancers and this and that and crazy sickness. Why? From where all this come from? From the chemicals that we are having all the time on our skin and on the products that we have. So I would like to touch this just one last point, which is the things that we eat. This is in a very, very light touch. It's just pay attention to the ingredients of the food that you have. It's sugar in almost all of them. It's like wheat flour. People eat wheat flour all the time in everything, like in pasta, in burgers, in muesli, in bread, in cakes, like all the time wheat flour and sugar and caffeine in so many things. And then people complain they are stressed because of the work and this and that. Like, make the shift. Just make the shift. Make the shift. You know, the shift starts from inside out. It's not from outside in, it's from inside out. Just stop having sugar, stop having caffeine. And then we speak, and then we'll see how you feel, how much more grounded you'll feel. You know, stop feeding all these huge industries of food. The food industry is a huge one, and also with a huge impact on the planet. Just make different choices, man. Just choose local products, you know, local fruits, local vegetables, if possible organic. If not possible, just wash them in water and salt and turmeric powder for half an hour. That's it. Choose local stuff. Choose, if possible, become vegan. Vegan is the best diet for your body and for the health of the planet and for the health of your body, you know. Or raw food. What else can I say? Make a shift and become more aware of how much impact you are having. You know, I have a bracelet that comes to me, which is live life before work. Yeah, life before work, you know. Enjoy, like go to beautiful places, connect with the nature, hug a tree, really walk barefoot 2-3 hours a day or whenever you can do, you know, like just connect with the nature and connect with the mother earth and understand we can make a difference. Every single one of us can make baby steps, can make a tiny little difference, and can also inspire the neighbor to do, the friend, the family to do. Because in the end, each one of us will count to make a difference and to help to preserve this beautiful planet that we have. Yeah, I wish for the best for this planet. For how many decades or centuries can it last with health? So thank you for watching this video. Keep tuned for the next ones. If you like it, subscribe this channel and click on the bell to receive the next videos. You'll get some interesting stuff coming over. Thank you. Namaste.